All right, I just wanted to take the time out to thank our new sponsors, We Hate Clubs. We Hate Clubs is a brand which was developed with the idea that people should live outside of their comfortable spaces, leaning in the music, art, photography, parties, and fashion. We Hate Clubs is built to function as something greater than oneself. Make sure to follow We Hate Clubs on Instagram if you're in the Chicagoland area. Now back to the show. All right, guys, welcome back to the Define Podcast. We're here for another week. Today we have, and JJ's not back, by the way, so fuck him. But no, I'm just joking. But today, we have two of my very, very, very best friends here in Florida. Lucas Rosa and Demitri Ruttle. Let's go. How are you gentlemen doing today?
Great.
Yeah, well.
Why you sound so enthusiastic, Demitri? Great. Hey, look at the belt, though. Look at that shiny motherfucker right here. Let's go. Yeah. Lucas is the new still?
I had a kickboxing title before. But,
okay.
But now, that was from 8 months ago. But yeah, that one was from Alabama. I fought.
Shit.
I fought he's, I think, now number 1 ranked amateur in Alabama and number 3 ranked as a higher weight class in Louisiana. So, I kind of went to the South and fought there.
Does that
tough?
Do you take his place now? Are you now?
I don't know if they ranked me because I don't have enough fights in Alabama. So I don't know
how it works.
I don't know how it
any
works.
Relationship with this family. Can't get ranked in Alabama.
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't make sense.
The guy you fought was an absolute circus freak.
Oh, no, he can do very good.
He could do handstands off of like just flat.
Yeah,
he's one of those dudes.
Yeah,
Circus Olay guy.
Yeah.
But no, so now you're new.
Yeah. Yeah, they have me ranked, I think, as number 1 in New England. I don't know about Florida. They change those rankings all the time. But I was ranked number 1 in Florida for a while, number 1 in Northeast. I try not to pay attention to the rankings because it's just all I can do is win. You can't really control.
All he can do is win.
I'm saying all I can control is how I train and how I perform in the fight as much as possible.
Yeah,
so
you can't control the winning. That just happens.
I can't control the rankings is what I mean.
Yeah. Well, hey, that doesn't matter now anyway because you got some news, or is that not? Okay.
I think probably my next fight it'll be my pro debut. So
let's fucking go. I don't know these buttons if they work or not. JJ's not here. God damn it. JJ, bring that ass back. No homo. Guard.
He said, "Fuck him," and then.
Yeah, I'm joking.
There was a little. It's been about 18 fights in 2.5 years, maybe less.
God,
yeah.
hey.
So yeah.
That's interesting because when I first met you, I had more fights than you. Then 2 months later, you've lapped them out. Fights. I'm like, God damn, you're busy. You're a busy guy.
Yeah. I like being in fight camp. It keeps you focused. You feel like you're thriving. The weight cutting is not fun.
That's the worst part. Yeah,
not fun. But yeah, everything else
is good. You keep your mind straight. You're healthy. You're disciplined.
Yeah.
It keeps your everything in order.
Yeah,
that's good. You're like a workaholic.
Yeah, there's nothing better than the feeling after you win a fight. I'll be honest. The first couple days after a fight, you have such an adrenaline dump that you feel terrible. Even if you win, you don't feel good. I feel nauseous almost. There's and I'm an introvert, so
ain't we all?
Yeah. So, in fight camp, I'm kind of isolated, and then when the fight happens, I have literally everyone I know come there, around, and then on top of that, there's the social media aspect. I just get overwhelmed almost too much social stimulation.
Yeah, it's a lot. After a while. So, hey, well, Demitri, what's going on, brother? As you sip your coffee, anything new with you?
We went to Connecticut for his brother's fight. His brother won. I managed to break my fucking foot without training.
How? What'd you do?
Nothing. I ran down to a parking deck. So right now I'm doing nothing. I'm stuck in my room. So I've just been watching jiu-jitsu stuff, and it feels like when I used to get detention in school and I'm watching Recess, and I'm damn, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I just can't. And then randomly I've been studying chess stuff to keep my brain on.
That's a good way to keep your brain on.
Yeah, and I'm studying for the LSAT, so it's kind of complimentary.
What the fuck is that?
The law school test.
Ah.
Which sucks.
Smart white people shit.
They don't discriminate.
They don't.
As far as I'm aware. Unless you take it in Boston.
Oh, come on. Don't make fun of Boston, kid.
Boston. But you know who's actually been asking about you? Heather.
I'm sure.
She's been asking about you. Every time I see you, she's like, where's Demitri? Where's Demitri?
I would come in if my foot wasn't destroyed.
You should still come, though.
I'd come with the boot on.
Yeah, and you could still armbar people.
I thought about it.
I guarantee your leg locks would be better with the boot
they
on.
can't touch my boot.
Just use your opposite leg.
He's won 2 grappling. I don't know when the last time he was here, but he won 2 grappling like super fights.
I don't think the last time you were here, you had. There's one on XFN, or is this after?
I don't even know. One was like AFL or something.
Yeah, one was AFL.
Okay, I don't think. That's after
one
that.
was XFN as well. So yeah.
On like
I don't know.
10 hours notice after working out.
Oh shit!
So like,
and you won, right?
Yeah, but like 3 minutes into it, I was like, I can't feel my arms. I can't breathe. This kid's smaller than me. Well, I couldn't do anything, dude. I was like, the most lactic acid I've ever felt in my body. I must have also got like a little bit of adrenaline, but I don't know why, because I didn't feel nervous, but like, I never felt that heavy. Like I couldn't close my hands.
Yeah.
I was trying to grab his wrist. Was like,
especially if you worked out and wasn't expecting it. You weren't training for that fight, and it's kind of.
It was the Friday workout where I'm like, I'm gonna dump all my energy.
I'm good for the weekend. So
I got nothing to do.
Because honestly, when you're not expecting, jiu-jitsu is fun when you're just like having a flow roll in the gym. You're not. If you get tapped out, it's whatever. But when it's live, like legit, Demitri, as he blinks, like I never get tapped out.
I don't feel good about that.
I don't give a shit. I don't know.
We got some new kids at the gym though that are from Israel. One's a brown belt.
Someone was telling me that today. Stefan. I gave Stefan a ride home today. He was saying there's some Israeli guys there. Yeah. Yeah,
he's good. He's only 22. He looks like he's like 30.
They're pros. He looks like he's.
30. He looks older than 30. 30 was being nice, and he's like.
Does he smoke cigarettes or something?
No, just looks older. They probably grew up harder, but yeah, that's all I can think of. But yeah, he told me he's 22. I was like, no way, and he's a brown belt, and he's nasty. Like they're pretty. So that's nice to have more.
Okay.
Because before it was like Lucas and I.
Is he MMA guy or just jiu-jitsu?
He's gonna do MMA, but he's mainly.
Oh, he's transitioning. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good base.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And he's good wrestling, good judo.
Oh shit.
But it's nice to have more high-level people at the gym. Before it'd be like Lucas and I, or I'd have to go with like a black belt, and then it's like
I didn't think you're gonna say belt after the black,
or just
I gotta go with the black guys
or a black
belt. Oh god. Okay. But no, so there's the higher level guys. You guys.
Yeah, there's more high level guys, so it's better for drilling. It's better just to get good looks during like positional stuff. Sometimes in the positional rounds, it'd be like. I'd have to make a mistake to get put into, like, threat versus, like, I thought I was doing well and he tricked me and I got swept. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, like, that's nice, to get different looks.
And then what sort of things are you studying in jiu-jitsu specifically? Are you looking positional?
I've been watching a lot of the trials. So, like, in video games, there's something called a meta, which is, like something that happens reoccurring. So, like... something that a lot of people are doing at once. So like there was the leg lock, leg lock meta for a while. Everyone was spamming leg locks. Right now there's a move called the Choi bar, which is like an arm bar from half guard.
Choi,
like Choi, like CHOI.
Oh, Choi.
Korean. It's the last guy's name, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or dude's last name. And so that's been spammed a lot. So I've been watching trials and just kind of see what the trends are. Because it's interesting, because before it was. Ton of top pressure, whatever, and then leg locks. People weren't passing anymore. People were jumping on legs. Now people are so good at defending leg locks that's kind of become like passe, like the old. It's not as good.
It evolves quickly.
Oh, for sure.
It evolves quickly. Devin was on last week, and we were talking about like the evolution of jiu-jitsu. I feel like like you're saying, it's like every other month something's like changing and transitioning.
The internet.
Yeah.
Completely changed
YouTube jiu-jitsu is fucking everything up.
Oh, no, I love it.
Do you think it's a good thing, though?
I think it's a good thing because I think people that wouldn't have access to technique can now learn something that's like the highest level regardless of where they are. So, like, there'll be pockets of people who are, as long as you're dedicated and you have, like, a little bit of money to buy instructionals or you can pirate it or something, you can learn from any coach in the world that puts something out. So it's way better.
Who is it? We probably shouldn't say their name, but they have like a whole hard drive of pirated instructions.
Yeah, I know exactly. They offered it to me, and
I might have taken a couple of them, but
I mean,
they're all stolen. It's hilarious.
It's actually the guy that owns that. Charles was having a seminar, and he offered the guy to come to a seminar for free. And the guy's like, "Oh, I can't make it," but gave him $500 of free.
It's a trade.
Yeah, just for being nice.
Oh,
the guy, it's the older guy that owns it, was like, "Yeah, hey, so his brother keeps pestering me to pick some out. I got to do that, so that we can all study."
Yeah, no, that's good. You have to. It's part of the sport. It evolves. Either you grow with it or you get left behind.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad in a way. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's nothing you can control in a way, but it sucks because you take 1 week off. Not saying that you should, but let's just say whatever happens, you take something off and you're not studying. Because I don't study jiu-jitsu. I'm not really into jiu-jitsu as much as I should be. I'm not, though, to be honest. But I'm so focused on like one little thing. I was training leg lock defense from my last jiu-jitsu match, and for like so long, and I'm still on that mindset. But now, like you're saying, people are doing. I feel like the buggy choke's coming back nowadays. Yeah. I got buggy choked like 4 times yesterday. I was pissed.
That was the meta for a couple weeks. Now people are starting to learn like counters to it. Yeah, but that's
I got a good counter. I got to get counter to that shit now.
Slam them?
No, there's
just
two.
The way you said it.
Well, you could slam them, but you're gonna end up. You could knock yourself out.
You frame their face.
Yeah, you frame with their face, or you kind of like Von Flew them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
can put it on them.
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah, I think of when you do like cat-cow stretches.
Yeah.
If you do the cat and you frame their face away, it kind of puts so much pressure on their knee that like they kind of have to let go. Like I literally round my back and push their face away.
I see.
Same way you kind of break full guard. You kind of push their hips down.
Oh, okay. I see your point. Yeah, it's
put pressure into the lock.
It's a weird transitional move that I don't like that shit, but it is what
Some
it is.
guys
You can't change it. Yeah,
real nasty at it.
Oh, your lights out in a second if you don't.
Well, it's interesting because people are going straight from getting taken down into it, and then you're like, you don't.
I don't even want to take them down anymore.
Yeah, you don't have a second to like frame. Like your arm's already because you went for the takedown. And there's been some sick ones at trials. The ADCC trials every year is more fun to watch than like any competition because they're just scrapping.
The trials, do you have to apply for it? I mean, get invited to it, or you just go to it? You pay to get.
It's to get into ADCC. You get invited to ADCC. I think
official.
trials you have to have some sort of credentials, but for the most part you can just do it.
Belts don't matter.
No, because I've seen people that were definitely not black belts. A couple brown belts do really well. Some MMA guys.
Well, those blue belts I do, right?
Nick Newell did it, the guy with one arm, and he did great.
Really?
He did great. We saw him over the weekend too.
Okay.
Yeah, he did awesome. He's got this choke what he does with his short arm, and he calls it nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine.
Because his name's Nick, and
it's a stump.
Yeah, so it's like a guillotine, but he calls it the nicotine, which I think is so funny.
That's creative.
Yeah. And he was telling us a story. He was going with this guy that was his former teammate, and the guy was collar tying him, and it turned into like a total scrap. And so he collar tied him and he said he took his short arm and he just jabbed him right in the throat with it.
Fuck.
And he said it's pointy, bro. Like he was like,
I bet that hurts.
Oh, it definitely hurt.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Is that
no?
You can't do that.
It's the same as like
you're punching somebody.
It's basically
it's
a punch.
gamesmanship.
We said the guy was posting on his face, so he's like, I just did it back, but to his neck.
But they were standing, or they were in.
Yeah, he's standing. He went collar tie, and just shoved his little arm in there.
That feels like a punch.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's not legal.
Well, that guy was slapping him, so the other guy was cheating.
Yeah,
he was just.
They kind of like use the collar ties and they're like,
oh yeah, they were wild.
The shit out of you.
People were fighting off of the mat.
But in ADCC, there's no like the mat doesn't dictate the match, right?
Yeah.
You can go.
But the problem with trials,
like they run off and
it's not set up. Yeah, there's mats. Like the ADCC is huge mats, so you can't really run all the way off the mat. You can run into the table. But they're on carpets at like a hotel or something.
Right.
So they're scrapping on like basically concrete.
And so what I'm saying, if you get off of the mat, the match doesn't like.
No, they don't immediately reset you unless like you're in a position where they could reset you. Like if you just stop and you're in a half guard, then they'll just be like, come back.
But
if you're like jockeying for position and scrambling, you're
because I see in the videos like people clear the fuck out. They're like, and they keep going. I'm like, they're not gonna stop this. Like,
every year it gets crazier.
Oh,
I've seen people like get completely choked out of bounds, which is like that sucks.
You would think that
You're thinking you
In
get
my head,
reset.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna reset, but I guess you can't have
That's
that
what.
mindset.
Yeah, you can't. You just got to scrap till the ref stops you.
Are you gonna do something like this soon? Do you think you'll compete?
I'd love to compete at a higher level, but I want to practice more jiu-jitsu first. I think I'm gonna take an MMA fight after Christmas, assuming I don't get hurt again, and then depending how that goes, probably either transition and doing a ton of jiu-jitsu or try to train a ton more MMA.
MMA.
Depending.
What's your long-term goal with this? You wanna fight MMA or?
Yeah, I don't know. So. Yeah, if everything goes super well and I'm like, oh my God, I love this and I love the feeling and I could do this for a long time, I'll try to pursue it while I'm able and like young enough.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'll try to probably pivot all the like information I've got from working at Titan and doing all these things and being backstage at all of his fights and being with Charles to do some sort of management or promotion or maybe try to start like a little combat jiu-jitsu promotion, something like where the rules are more exciting. That's one thing I want to make jiu-jitsu have some sort of event that can get people. It's a participation sport. If you don't do jiu-jitsu, you're gonna have a terrible time watching it.
Right.
It's like
you don't
like
understand
I was talking about
what's
chess. I could barely watch chess because I don't really fully understand what's happening. So people be like, "Oh, well, that was a crazy move," and I have no idea. And it's the same when I try to show my buddy jiu-jitsu. I show my buddy jiu-jitsu, he doesn't do it. I can only show him double leg like wrestling, and then he'll be like, "That was sick."
Like fancy transitions, and
big
stuff
slams,
like that. Yeah.
flying armbar, that kind of shit. And so if you can make it so that it forces that type of action where you're going for submission, points don't matter because no one knows what points are if you don't do it.
They're confusing.
Big takedowns. If you can make something like that, then people watch it, and that's what ADCC kind of is. But there's still also that 5 minutes of points that's it turns it into stalling because it's. I think the problem also is the highest level people do not want to lose. So like if you had a competition where it's like purple belts, brown belts, people that don't have a name yet, they'll go in there and try to kill each other.
Right.
Versus two black belts, it's like I have my school. If I lose all my DVD sales. It makes it kind of boring. There's a lot of stalling.
So they don't want to risk the.
I want people jumping for arm bars.
Yeah, right,
I want
right.
people like
Optically.
who's Kevin from you know? And this guy's diving over people. I
Making
want those
jiu-jitsu
people.
great again.
Yeah.
What would you call your promotion?
I have no idea.
DBI?
Just knock off Eddie entirely.
Steal the fucking name.
We
Might
just
as well.
got his fight name. It's the Big Taziki.
Oh,
The
Dimitri,
big
the big
Taziki. I
Taziki.
like that. The big Taziki.
Dimitri, the
How'd
big
you
Taziki.
come up with
It's
that?
a
Nick?
joke. We were watching this meme, and it was this like bunch of white dudes on a boat talking to this Greek guy, and they were saying, "Oh, I had this Turkish euro." And the guy starts freaking out. And he's like, "What do you mean Turkish euro?" Oh, my God. And so the other guy goes, "Calm down, Mr. Taziki."
Oh.
And then Waggy just was like, "I'm going to call you Big Taziki now."
Big Taziki. Oh shit. Do
That's
Greek
how.
people not consider themselves white?
Well, I just meant like American.
I see.
But no, not really, actually.
do you
Because
consider
we're close
yourself?
to like Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern people?
So like we're green.
Yeah.
We're olive complected.
I see.
Like Italians is like one step lighter usually. Like
Yeah.
I'm like the lightest person in my family for sure.
Mm.
But my dad's like regular Canadian white
Okay.
French.
Okay, French
But
Canadian.
like my mom gets real dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think some Europeans, they like trying to break off like the whole concept of I'm this, I'm not. The whole
Greek people is one of the ones where it's like Southern Italians too are real dark.
Sicilians and
Yeah,
whatnot,
and my grandpa's from Sicily, so it's like, yeah, it's still a little different
yeah.
than like
It's hard to tell.
English.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, English or like
Yeah.
French, Portuguese, something like that.
Whatever
this
is.
is.
Neon pale.
Irish.
Yeah.
You're Irish,
Complected.
right, Lucas?
Well, yeah. So I'm actually like Irish Italian. Like most of my family was more like Irish than anything else.
Mhm.
Like my dad, he's not this pale and stuff. But it's weird. I don't know. Like
just
me,
'cause he's
settled-
outside a lot.
well, yeah, I think it's well, my twin did some sort of DNA test, and I guess there's a difference between like what you inherit and like what your genetics are, kind of like.
Mhm.
So if I inherited like based on the
Punnett
recessive
square.
and dominant genes or whatever, I've inherited pretty much like I think like 80% Irish like traits basically. So
okay.
that's why I'm so pale compared to like even some of my family members like Charles. I remember I was at a jiu-jitsu seminar, and one time this kid was like, "Hey, I recognize you from somewhere," and they couldn't place me, and then like, "Oh, you're Charles Rosa's brother." And then they're like, oh, so you guys have different parents or something? I was like, no, same. I'm like, no, we're the same. And after a while, they're just like, but you're so much whiter. You're so much whiter.
But you're so white.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, you're so white. And I remember, like, everyone lost it when they said that. LJ thought it was funny and stuff.
He's actually related to Patrick Starr.
Yeah, exactly. But it was, I don't know why and the thing is, everyone always says you need to be outside in the sun more. But I lived on the beach like my whole life, like in Seabrook, New Hampshire.
The Boston beach.
Well,
Boston,
with all
the sun.
The sun gets strong there, honestly, in the summer.
It gets hot.
Yeah, it gets hot. Well, it was tough too because my dad would never allow AC.
Cap.
Because he would always say
Cap.
The heat really tanned him.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, and he would never allow AC in the summer, and so there would be like big heat waves, and he'd be like, "You're fine, you're fine," and I'd be like, "I'm dying."
Builds
here.
character.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with no heat in the winter. He makes us use a wood.
That's wild.
Makes us use a wood stove and hang the clothes out even in like cold times.
Oh, that's actually
Takes like
extreme.
4
Oh,
days
I had
dry.
to. I would have to. I would snap my pants because we'd have to hang them on the clothes outside. They'd be frozen.
Icicles
They'd be
outside.
Like,
That's
yeah. It doesn't. Yeah.
We
That's
have
a step.
entirely different from Arizona. I've never felt this cold in my entire life.
yeah, that's crazy.
You have Chicago's cold.
In Chicago, it's cold as fuck. But it's funny because my mom is she's a very stickler. She never turned on the AC in the summer.
really?
In the winter, she only turned on the heater at night when we were going to sleep.
Right.
And she would turn it off as soon as she was going to work. So we know we're
see.
like, fuck, it's freezing. And in the summer, it's hot. So we would just go like sometimes just somewhere where it's like has AC. So we kind of had to. I know what you mean. But the outside, hanging the clothes out in the winter, nah, she didn't go that far. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Because I feel like it would. I guess they would.
Oh no,
they wouldn't even dry. They would be wet.
I'm not gonna air out the argument I have with my parents on air, but
No,
yeah,
okay, my fault,
Yeah,
my fault.
no, but I got you. Yeah, no.
He doesn't want to air
Science.
You just roasting.
air out dirty laundry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I
Yep.
like that. I like that. I gotta figure out these puzzles. God damn it, JJ. He needs to come back. Help me out with this shit. But other than that, Lucas, do you know what promotion you should be fighting your first?
I'm not sure. I imagine a lot of the my initial fights will probably be with like either CES or Rise.
Okay. They have pros there too, right?
Yeah.
Pro-
So now they
pro
do
am, yeah.
pro
Okay.
stuff in Rise too now. So it'll be interesting, but we'll see. I have to talk it over with a lot of stuff. I don't even know, like nothing's official at all.
Yeah,
yet, so I
yeah.
have to
Okay,
figure it
okay.
out. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next step. It was honestly it was a hard like past couple 6 or 7 months. I had come back from a few injuries and did like a couple of jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff. And then right after I did that, I got injured again from the jiu-jitsu tournaments. I did well in them, but I remember in one of the jiu-jitsu tournaments I was defending leg locks and I happened to injure my shoulder pretty bad. But after that, I pretty much, once I recovered, I strung through like 4 fights in like maybe 5-6 months. So it was I was on a breakneck pace.
Right.
And they were all tough opponents. I remember my first fight back after kind of the long break was this kid, Alex Rivas. They called him Showtime because all of his fights were like really, like he would get fight of the nights all the time.
And he looked like Anthony Pettis a little
bit.
bit.
Yeah, he was, I'd say,
I think YouTube, yeah.
Like I've had a lot of tough fights and stuff, but he was like, I could tell even from weigh-ins he was a killer and stuff. And I won dominant all 3 rounds, but it was, that kid was tough.
Tough fight, yeah.
And so I've had a lot of like, and then I had a tough fight up in New England where I won in the Northeast. It was actually cool. I got to fight in a theater. So, like, it's funny because you're in these rooms, these small little rooms with like, it's where the actors are preparing, like with the mirrors and stuff. That's your locker room before, it's like with
right
the
before the
bulbs and
performance.
stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. And so, after I won the fight, it was pretty cool because I signed my name on the. They have this wall where all the playwrights and actors like.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Art. And so I was like, hey, can I sign this? I just won my fight. And everyone was like, I don't see why not. So I signed it. I don't know if they took it down or anything, but I signed the wall.
Was it with permanent marker? I'm sure.
Yeah, it was Sharpie.
Oh, yeah. They can't take it down.
They're in there like scrubbing it after you left.
I don't know,
All
but
right.
it was cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Dimitri's pulled up some ADCC.
Jiu-jitsu.
How long ago? This is like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, 2 weeks ago. They've been having. This is just a general highlight. This is the shortest one.
Okay.
But there was a 17-year-old kid that won, and the kid is like ridiculous.
He's a blue belt?
17.
No, he's
White belt?
but he's probably technically a black belt. I don't know what.
But that's
I have no idea what belt
belts
he
don't
is.
matter anymore. In
Doesn't
jiu-jitsu.
matter.
They don't
He
fucking matter.
took on Ethan
no flag belts.
Cronston and beat him. Kid's a freak, but this is just a general highlight.
And then ADCC, there's no age like bracket, huh?
There's no age bracket. I mean, that was crazy.
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
Fuck that shit.
Honey hole
How old is
entry.
that kid? How old is he?
No, neither one of those.
Oh, okay.
That was. I'm just saying
I
that
was
kid. They might show his
He's-
highlight.
He's 16.
I wasn't paying attention.
I'll tell you if I see him.
These guys are all roided out too, huh?
Is that Nick Newell? I'm pretty sure that's Nick Newell.
Yeah. This looks like him. Yep.
Yep, that's the nicotine.
Oh.
That's a 17-year-old.
Ooh.
That's a
the one that
17-year-old.
wow.
They just did the. Yeah, he's a beast, bro.
Where does he
I've been-
train at?
I don't know. I've seen him train at B Team. I don't know what his main gym is, but the kid is a freak.
That was a nasty.
He's gonna switch it to an armbar.
Nice guy.
No, he just followed it.
Oh.
Well, that's gonna.
He didn't
break.
tap.
Not yet.
Oh, he's gonna break
Jesus.
his shoulder.
Maybe once it breaks. Look at the elbow.
Fucking tap, bro. Fuck that.
You know, it's weird. The elbow usually goes first on those, not the shoulder.
Oh, he fell into that one.
That was a
Ooh.
pretty interesting little
Ooh.
setup. But it's cool because there's a lot of unknown guys. Like, I have no idea who that is, and that was an awesome entry.
Yeah, I know nothing about jiu-jitsu players, and
Oh, this is cool.
that was nice.
Oh,
That
that's
was
a
a
good-
nice transition.
to an armbar. Yeah, that was
He didn't
beautiful.
even lock his legs together. That was cool.
Yeah. This is like one of my favorite positions. Rear Kimura. It's just so hard to squirm out of it. I think that's Gianni Grippo. Yeah, that's Gianni Grippo.
Yeah, he's just looking.
Yeah, he's that kid.
was not
that kid has
phased.
been like he's one of the best gi players.
How old are these motherfuckers?
Gianni Grippo's probably our age. He just looks young.
Because it's scary, man. There's like 16-year-olds that are just
Wow.
fucking up grown men. This guy's, I know he's in the B team, huh? The
Yeah,
one
Ethan
on the ground-
Kronstein's one of my
ground.
favorite grapplers. Did you just see how he entered the legs?
Oh,
It's nuts.
God, see these heel hooks, like a double reverse heel hook, if that's even a thing. I don't know.
So that's Cody Steele. He's pretty good. He fights MMA too. Oh, that's an armbar. But I just like watching it to follow like what's trending.
How do you feel about
this dude on bottom?
10th Planet guy?
Yeah, his son. When I was a white belt, his son is this heavy set kid. His name's
Mhm.
Pat, and he's known as like the adult slayer.
Yeah.
And there's been like a highlight of him going around just breaking people's knees. It's
Oh,
his
wow.
son who's like this little fat kid. And I remember training with him. That's him. I remember training him with him when he was like 7.
Mhm.
Like I was in college and they just dropped in.
when
and-
his son
and I'm-
was 7.
Yeah, and he's like this little chubby kid. And I'm like, why is this? And it was like, you know when little kids are really good at skateboarding and you wouldn't expect him to be that good at skateboarding?
Yeah.
He was like that with jiu-jitsu. Where I'm like, why is this kid on my legs?
Oh, not to cut you off, but the 50-50?
Yeah.
The
The gym? Or like
well,
the actual position?
the gym, not the gym. It's a company, no?
It's a
Or is it a gym?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a company
well,
too.
I was
but-
in England. I met the guy who owns the company.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it Ryan Hall's gym, though?
Maybe it's two different things. His is called 50-50. It looks exactly the same. Logo.
Yeah.
So it might be
Might be both. It might just be
both.
the
I don't know.
It might be
He's
the
in
gear
England.
from that guy's gym.
Okay,
Like
maybe.
Because yeah,
franchisee
Ryan Hall's
of
gym's
it or
called
something.
50-50.
Okay.
Because that's his position.
It might. Then I might be confused. But anyway,
That's
I know
cool,
the
though.
guy that he owned that company, and he was training at 10th Planet London, and he was really good.
How was that?
Bro, I was shocked, man. I
10th
was
Planet
really,
London's awesome.
Yeah, you been there?
I just seen a lot of like people from
Okay,
there.
no, I met the coach, Jamie Scott. He's an amazing guy, and I was actually, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was very surprised. You should put on something else. Oh, that's
Oh.
fucking.
Yeah,
I was
keep going.
I'm gonna change the camera angle. You can still see it. Fuck it. But I was very surprised at the level that was out there. To be honest, I was not I didn't think that they'd have good wrestling. I didn't think that not that they wouldn't have good jiu-jitsu, but I also was training MMA out there and kickboxing, and I was shocked.
They had that
man.
at 10th
The
Planet?
10th Planet London, it's like two gyms combined. It's obviously the 10th Planet's the jiu-jitsu side, and then the other side is called Diesel Gym, and then they also have another gym in there too. I forget the name of that one, but it's like a strength and conditioning gym, Muay Thai gym, and then the 10th Planet is the
They have
jiu-jitsu side. It's like 3 gyms in one. But it's generally called 10th Planet London or Diesel Gym, but it's kind of combined, but mostly 10th Planet London. And it's massive gym. They have like a whole side for jiu-jitsu. They have a side for Muay Thai. They have a Muay Thai ring and an MMA cage and the strength and conditioning side. They have 2 strength and conditioning sides. It's awesome. It's really cool.
I love their gear. They have nice gear.
Yeah, I have a rash guard. I'm gonna go get some more. And they have great fighters there. Like I was actually really shocked. Like
I remember the people would drop in from there, and they were always good, and they were really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell the gym has good vibes.
No, it's a great
A
gym.
lot of 10th Planet gyms are just good, fun places to train.
It's the only 10th Planet in London. So
yeah, and they've been around a while. They've been around since I started for sure. So.
It's a great gym. It's a great gym. All right, what are you pulling up, bro?
I was gonna try to pull this guy's fight highlight up.
Just type in UFC because they dropped the entire prelims.
Oh really?
And he was like, I believe the first fight.
He was the first fight.
Which I'm shocked that they put it on YouTube. That was random.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was the number? 294.
You just type in UFC.
I'm pretty sure.
294 was 294. Oh, they might have deleted it. Oh no, right there. 3 hours. 4 hours.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, click on that bad boy. No, it's the first fight. Yeah, you just like power through it. But yeah, I don't fucking.
Lucas saw what I was.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
It was crazy. I don't know why they. We should do a fight companion.
We should. I was literally thinking that on the way
maybe
here.
for ADCC or.
Well, I'm pretty sad about the John Jones.
Yeah, I just did a fight breakdown on that. It wasn't a very good one, to be honest. But I was trying to like break it down, and I predicted that John Jones would win, and I realized I didn't really give an elaborate detail. I just thought that he would have won. All right, hold on, let's go. Boom.
What?
I'm getting better, guys. It's not easy. I'm trying. Okay,
It's
fucking trying.
It's weird to break down fights. It's in your head.
I
It's
can
so
like
easy,
at home by myself when I'm writing it down in my
but
notebook.
once you start trying to articulate it,
Yeah.
it becomes hard.
Yeah. And I noticed everyone has a fucking opinion. They're all like, it's so funny to me. Like, especially with fighters too. If you ask someone, oh, how do you think this fight went? Or how do you think it went? Who do you think won? How do you think it's going to go? Especially someone who fights and you disagree with them, it gets like a heated moment. What do you mean? No, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I just an opinion, man.
I've been there
It's
with
just my
Waggy where
opinion.
we're arguing over such a small point, and I'm like I'm like actually upset. He's been there for that. I'm on the ground like showing the position.
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you mean? If he turns this way, what do you mean?
It's just all fucking
So this is
opinionated.
Yeah,
this is the
red
pirate.
shorts, red hair is the
very
guy that
interesting.
should I turn the volume on or no?
Oh, no, I don't want to.
Scurvy.
So I would I would score it not as good. I met him when I was a white belt at EBI. He did the commentary for EBI.
Oh, shit.
And I didn't watch too much UFC at that point, and I just went up and talked to him.
You didn't know who he was?
I knew he was, but not like that he was as famous as he is. Nice as hell.
Really?
Talked to me for probably like 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
I was bored, and he was bored. So it was like,
Hey,
he's just waiting for to do the next thing. So I just walked up to him and was like, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you doing?
My
What's your
ex-girlfriend
name?
was there. She's just watching me. I saw John Danaher outside not talking. This is before he was like famous.
Oh, yeah.
It was like on the coming up. And he goes, where are you in your jiu-jitsu journey? And I told him I was a white belt. And he's like, oh, when you progress, come see me. And like,
shit. Yeah.
he's just so cool. It was like talking to like a sage or like a wizard.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Pirate, man.
Maybe one more.
That
video?
was rough.
I don't think we
Yeah,
can
you
put
can't
the.
put stuff.
Should we go
Can't-
back to trials? Or should we watch?
Let's break down one. What's your favorite jiu-jitsu match? Let's break that down, and then we'll
favorite jiu-jitsu ever?
head up out of there.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't care. Let's see. It's an intense one.
Favorite jiu-jitsu match ever is hard, bro.
Or just any jiu-jitsu match for that matter. Something entertaining. Don't put on no boring stalling shit like you were talking about.
I know that's the thing. If you put any
It's
like
tough.
old gi
Yeah.
matches on, holy crap, are they bad?
Oh, is this chick? Is she 16?
She's 17 and she's a freak. It looks like she lost though, which is crazy.
be. But,
I've
like-
never seen her lose ever. I've watched her
And she's,
compete
like,
since
what
she
belt
was
is she?
like
Blue belt,
14.
Right?
She's probably purple now. She's wearing all purple there.
But she fucks up black belts. So this is an example of someone who
Yeah,
should be
she's
a
a
black belt,
freak.
but she's just too young to be a black belt officially.
She's a freak. She gets all submissions. She moved out to train with John Danaher, and John and Gordon just say nothing but positive things about her. And she's like a jiu-jitsu savant. Like, she's so good at jiu-jitsu for her age. So she's probably the next.
You think she'll transition to MMA?
Probably not.
There's no reason to for her.
Probably not. She makes so much. That's the thing. At the very highest level, it would make no sense to transition. Gordon, it would make no sense for him to go get beat up in MMA.
Well, he's just fucking juiced to the gills.
which is fine. That's USADA is not a thing anymore. They all do steroids.
Everyone does steroids.
Or he could just go for a different. He could go to not UFC and go fight somewhere else. Sure, he'd go back in the Pride days where they would just like. It says apparently the first thing on their contract was we do not test for anabolic steroids.
Oh, really?
No joke was in the first 4 or 5 lines.
Oh, wow.
Rampage was saying that. He said back in Japan, and he didn't know what anabolic steroids were, so he said it out loud, and he said everyone thought he was on steroids, so that everyone was just laughing at him.
Oh, shit.
Because he was like, what do you mean anabolic steroids? And then everybody in the audience was like, oh. And he's like, no, I really didn't do them.
Nah, I'm not doing steroids till I'm like 40.
A couple weeks.
Which is soon, so.
Yeah, I mean, TRT.
Juice Miles, let's go.
TRT makes sense. You would be so jacked.
I would be fucking ripped. Is this
is the 17-year-old kid. Well, they're gonna show him in a second.
Is this a highlight or his match?
This is his matches.
What's his name? 66 kg.
I can't remember his name.
So he's like.
It's like.
He's a little bit bigger than me. Fuck.
Dorian.
This is a 21-minute match, bro.
Well, it's not a match. It's a highlight video.
Oh, it's a highlight reel? No, let's break down a match. I wanna see
A
him
specific
go.
match.
Yeah,
okay.
specific match. Put on some B-team shit. Like, that's like the only people I really know in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing anyways. I mean, these are their matches.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that what you want to watch?
Sure. Let's just watch one.
This guy did great, Jacob Couch.
That's Gordon Ryan's little brother?
This is right here, Nikki.
Nikki? Why are they on...
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing?
They went to Puerto Rico. There was already drama. They were in Puerto Rico. Everything went to shit. They were all having a bad time. And I guess they haven't fully talked about it, but there was some sort of disagreement. And then they decided to break off because they didn't feel like they were a good fit. And he left his brother to go with Craig and Nikki Robb, which is weird. But he's been doing great, and it seems like he's happy. And I feel like he was living in his brother's shadow, even if your brother's a good guy, which Gordon seems like he's probably hard to live with. I feel like it'd be hard to be someone doing the same thing as your brother and then have your brother be not just a good competitor, but like the GOAT. It'd be like if his older brother was John Jones and John Jones wasn't chill to him. You know, it'd be like, damn, you know? Like Charles helps him and shit, but it would be like, God, you suck.
See Lucas's face when he said it. He helps him. He's like, yeah.
Like, imagine,
No.
like you do anything, and he's just like, why aren't you the best?
Right,
you know, like you, like he's like
he
was like
Lucas and helps
he
him,
beat
yeah.
Uriah Faber when he was like 15, and then his brother's still like, you suck.
Really?
It's like imagine submitting Uriah Faber
It's insane.
as like a 15-year-old.
And he told him he sucked.
And he was cheating. Oh my god, Uriah! I love Uriah, but Uriah was like, "I am not losing to this kid." It was like smacking him in the face, and Nicky's just like, you know, Nicky reminds me of Lucas a lot. Just I don't know why. Just the way he plays.
Let's throw it on.
He plays jiu-jitsu.
God damn.
That's that kid again.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, so Nicky is obsessed with nicotine.
He does dip.
Those are Zins, which are like straight nicotine pouches. And he's like obsessed with them.
Fun fact: I used to dip.
It's not. That's
horrible. It's
not
disgusting.
a fun fact.
It's a fun fact. Used to dip and smoke cigarettes.
One of the only times I dipped was in the fraternity. They made us run a mile with a horseshoe, which is that you pack your entire bottom lip.
That's disgusting.
I never dipped, and they make you run a mile like competitively against everybody else. And all of us threw up except the one kid that dips. We're just like trying to keep it together on the track at like 4 a.m.
Water.
That's disgusting.
What? Water.
Yeah, Lucas has never had any sort
No
of...
coffee. No energy drinks.
You would have hated it. And,
I'm over here with 600
my college
milligrams
rugby
of
team is similar to frat, I guess. They had this thing called toilet bowl. It was like similar, like hazing shit. Like they would just
toilet bowl.
It's called toilet bowl. It was fucked up. I didn't go. I had to fight that day. But they torture you.
What?
They fucked my house up. I was pissed.
All right, so this is
They
Ethan.
stole your...
Ethan's inverting.
What?
He had a reverse De La Hiva, and he used that to sweep the guy and come on top.
Whose match is it?
Ethan Krelstein.
So the guy on top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just...
Or is this highlights of the whole
highlights
team?
of the whole team.
Has he got a cradle?
So, yeah, he's using a cradle to pass.
Cradle. That's good.
And now he's thrown his knee on the inside of the cradle to either transition to mount
that's
or
interesting.
to go for an armbar, maybe.
I was gonna say,
That's an interesting transition.
I love that grip right there.
Seatbelt?
No. So, it's a Kimura grip.
Jeez.
I don't know.
You never
if we're here, it's this grip. You feel how much pressure's on your shoulder?
Sucks, yeah.
You can't turn.
Wait, do it again, slowly though. Don't fuck them up.
So you go under the armpit, and you don't grab the wrist. You grab the elbow, and then you roll both your wrists forward, and you pull down.
Now, what would Wagyu say about this?
Oh, he'd like it.
Oh, does he?
Like, turn around. Turn left or right. Like, you can't, because you're locked in both. And then if I want, I can take this hand, feed.
Oh, yeah, we got to drill that. I like that.
It's nice standing. You can actually throw somebody. I'm not supposed to show anybody, but I have video of Brendan Ward showing me this exact move.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of the video, he goes, "Don't show anybody
Is
this."
that 16-year-old kid?
Oh, Brendan.
Yeah.
He's on B team then.
That's the exact move.
He's the man, dude.
He's the man.
He's
Brendan
the
Ward's
man.
Can anybody train there? Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
so Lucas and I are thinking about going.
When?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. We
One
saw this
Yeah, we
earlier.
saw
He
this
didn't
one.
tap.
See how he straightened this leg?
Yeah.
I love that. That's how you
can't
do it.
post back on that.
Yeah.
Can't go back down. That's really intelligent. Fuck. Man, losing to a 17-year-old would suck.
So,
Like,
as a grown man,
as a
with a
grown
beard.
man, you know, I got a family and shit. This fucking
Kid's
kid,
a freak though.
They both just sit down. I hate that in jiu-jitsu. I'm not gonna lie. I
agree.
fucking hate guard pullers. You fucks.
I would try to get rid of that if I made a thing.
Make them lose. Like, they're automatically down 4
You
points.
lose a point. You can go
No,
down to your
4
butt if you
points.
want.
No, if you pull guard, you
4
lose 4 points.
points.
You lose 4 points automatically.
in
Your
this-
opponent,
Miles hates guard pullers.
your opponent automatically
4.
gains 4 points if you pull guard.
You just lose.
Yeah.
You sit down, you lose.
I wouldn't say you lose. Ooh.
It's 4 points
If you
in this, like,
if you
point
pull
system
guard,
we
you
haven't
lose 4
established
points.
yet.
You're down 4.
All right, so I've been thinking about this. The only time I would pull guard
They get a
in a thing,
yellow flag.
the only time I would pull guard, wow, that was beautiful entry to that. He still didn't get it, but that was awesome. That was so sick.
I pulled guard before.
The only reason I would
lie,
pull
but
guard
it's
is
Red
fucking-
card.
if I was in a tournament and I was really worried about my energy. If I'm like, man, I got 6 matches today. I wouldn't
This
try to
guy does
wrestle every
MMA.
match.
But
I've seen him before. He looks so
Damian
familiar.
Anderson, yeah,
He's MMA. He does jiu-jitsu, transitioning to
he's
MMA.
transitioning to MMA.
See, I've seen him fight before.
He's
Damn.
cool as shit. I like.
Damn.
I like
Slams.
watching.
Damn.
him.
slams.
That's the same kid, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, I got you.
Damn.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's also a stud wrestler.
yeah.
You can't win by points in ACC, or you can?
You can the first.
Get a little closer to
the first couple minutes. The first couple minutes are like
points.
no points.
Oh.
So it's open,
Mhm.
and then the next it's a 10 minutes match. It's whatever half is.
No matter-
So I think these are like six minutes. So it's like 3 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes no points. 3 minutes points.
That's good.
These also might be 10. I have no idea. But that's a good rule set.
He's a
but
black belt,
Yeah, 'cause it
Damien, yeah.
forces,
but he's not. Nikki's not.
Nikki is.
Oh.
Nikki's been a black belt.
Because I thought at B team they have like a different standard.
And then
for belts,
that's-
no?
Nikki Rod. Who's the man?
When are you guys going there?
No
Is he
idea.
invited?
we don't know.
You
We
don't
just-
have to be invited. I actually messaged them to like make sure, and they're so used to drop-ins. They actually have like a little form on the wall, and you just QR code.
Oh.
So like they're like, oh, this kid. Okay, I actually should have pulled this kid up. This is like jiu-jitsu savant. Like he's like an autistic jiu-jitsu player.
He's autistic?
No, but
Oh.
but like he's like that. He's like
That part of his brain is
like
just,
savant. He's like a chess nerd. Like someone. He's only been doing jiu-jitsu like
This
4
motherfucker
years.
got a do-rag on.
Oh yeah, this guy's the man. He's a B team guy. He's like the biggest B team guy.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. His cornrows
Oh,
are fresh. I didn't
everyone
know
really liked that.
His cornrows is fresh.
Yo, he's the man.
That's hilarious.
He's probably the funniest guy on their one of the funniest guys on their team in my opinion. He's like
Is he heavyweight?
the big nice guy on the team. This guy's French, Canadian.
He's heavyweight?
Yeah, he's huge.
But you don't, you can just pull up, you drop and feed,
You just
whatever?
pull up, drop in.
How long
They love having new people. They have it organized where like the more senior members are on the other side of the mat, and like the newer people are on one side.
You can't just train the pro team that like
You are training on the same mat. They just
Don't
have it like
separated.
separate, just so there's not like a white belt next to
black belts and shit.
which just in my
I
opinion
wonder
is a
how
good
many.
way
It's
to,
probably a massive gym. Like people just all over the world are
It's-
there. But how do you?
in terms of size.
Yeah,
It's not like huge.
but I'm saying like the amount of people that train there, they probably have to separate.
What?
yeah, you saw that pass.
Yeah, that
Nikki,
was insane.
I'm
His
telling
hips
you-
went so
I'm
fast.
telling you, bro. You need to watch more.
This
Nikki
dude has a
Ryan.
reverse
You were
triangle
built the
and an
same way.
armbar
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time.
You're like little stocky,
What weight
white-
class is he?
nerdy.
yeah.
What weight class is he?
Nikki is kind of heavy now.
Just starts
actually.
using
bigger.
adjectives
Like
not
70,
related
70K?
to jiu-jitsu.
He's douchey.
Yeah, yeah,
70
yeah.
kg?
That's a great question, Miles. That's a Troy bar. That's actually.
Oh, yeah,
What, it's like a Kimura armbar?
Shoulder bar into a back take. Actually.
What the fuck?
Into a far side.
His flexibility is insane.
McCarthy special.
Shoulder bar. McCarthy special.
Look at the ref. What the fuck?
No, it's no.
It's this. Shoulder bar is a grip.
No. McCarthy special does that too.
But still, it's not. He doesn't go all the way to the armbar. He keeps it like this.
But when is this? Because I actually want to go.
Keeps it like that.
Yeah.
The Troy bar is I throw my foot through that.
I see.
I've always wanted to go to that B team place and train there.
It'd be cool if you had a spot here where we could watch this and then like do the technique, like on the table.
Unfortunately, we cannot.
Fortunately, we can't move everything off the table.
All right, no, fuck that. Get in trouble.
This kid is very good too. He's a B team guy, and he's, in my opinion, one of the more underrated people.
But you can't train there full time unless you're invited.
No, you can. If you move there,
okay,
it's a gym, bro.
It's a gym. I didn't know if it was like if it was an exclusive
like,
place.
This guy's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
they would be like, nah, like.
Which would be hard because they're all weird.
Yeah.
You'd have to
be the weirdest one at a jiu-jitsu gym. You got a problem.
Yeah.
You know? I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I this guy?
A lot of jiu-jitsu people are weird.
Yeah.
They're not normal people.
Who wants to get fucking choked and slammed into the mat every day?
Yeah. Well,
me.
Yeah.
I say that a lot. Would you say the majority of high-level jiu-jitsu players are on steroids? Like over 50%?
Oh, yeah.
Over 50?
Yeah. And it's almost obvious.
Look at the referee. This motherfucker's on drugs.
Oh, he's the man. I like that hair.
All right. Well, with that being said, I think we've got over an hour here. Nice. And I'm going to close it out. All right.
Say something.
Who, Lucas?
Me?
Yeah.
Say something, Lucas.
Something inspirational?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
For the kids.
Well,
say something to your kids.
Keep working hard. Consistency and stay healthy.
That sounded a little generic, Lucas.
That's what he tells them.
Yeah.
Consistency and stay healthy.
All right. Well, we're all good. Let me put my logo back on. Shit.
Fine.
Let me put my logo back on so I look professional. All right. Hold on. Fuck. You fucked it up, Demitri. No.
Yeah, Demitri.
Shout out Matthew Waggy.
Yeah.
Matthew.
Matthew.
It's actually Waggy.
Waggy.
Sorry.
Fuck. How do I?
You know, like the into fights when like the foreign people are like,
Yeah,
can I say something?
Keep talking.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're like they get the mic.
Okay,
I'm gonna speak to Waggy real quick.
Yeah.
Communicate to our friends.
What the fuck, Demitri? What'd you do to my TV?
You know, couldn't tell you if I tried, Miles.
I gotta close it out. Oh, I found it. All right.
Smart things.
There we go.
The Defying Podcast with a Y and ing.
How else would you spell it?
Without the Y and ing?
Defying?
I don't know.
What?
Never mind. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Anyway.
This is a post-podcast conversation.
Yeah. All right. We got, I was going to say flyweight, but it's featherweight. I'm tripping. Yep. Featherweight.
Flyweight.
Rise featherweight champion.
Atom weight.
Let's go. Lucas Rosa.
Flex.
The man. Demitri Ruttle. Underrated jiu-jitsu player. Under fucking rated because he's he's really good at jiu-jitsu.
Thank you.
And I see you going very far in that aspect of jiu-jitsu.
The big Tzatziki.
You got the big Tzatziki.
The sauce.
You got to pick one, though. MMA, jiu-jitsu. You can't do both. Yes, you can. What am I saying? But to be exceptionally great at both, it'd be difficult.
To make money, he's on the right track to make money with MMA. The amount of fights that you got to take to get to the point where you could potentially make money, and then like the risk does not feel like justified. Like I needed to be like 20. Yeah,
I see your point.
You know, so like I might do it for fun a couple times, but like I'd have to have like 20 fights to get to like anywhere making money. And then
not necessarily.
30.
Not necessarily.
Unless I just start
there's some people,
starching everybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's some
everybody
people
goes to sleep.
It gets to the UFC at like 4-0, 5-0. It's who you know, how good you are, your following.
Wheel kicks.
Yeah, you know what
I'm a jiu-jitsu player. I don't know. Think Dana's gonna be like, that was a just sick armbar he did. He'd be like, look at this generic armbar.
My jiu-jitsu fights I've had so far haven't been. I felt like I do well, but I kind of get fucked. I need to, I gotta get more. I gotta go for submissions.
You gotta put that in like the intro to this shit. You're just doing a backflip passing somebody's guard.
Oh fuck, bro, that shit was fun. Yeah, they hold me on that one, though. They hold me on that one, but hey, fuck it. All right.
He was hoed.
I was hoed, man. I lost my train of thought. We got to close this bitch out. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Defying Podcast, and as well as I didn't even put the motherfucking Instagram, but I'll just leave the YouTube up. And also, just imagine, instead of the YouTube, imagine the Instagram square, okay? Nice. The Defying Podcast on Instagram. Subscribe and follow the Instagram. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, they wanted to say goodbye as well. Yay. Deuces, y'all.
I said bye. Lucas tried to knock him out.
Thank you to our new sponsors, Flow State Coffee. Flow State Coffee is a performance coffee with ingredients that give you a deeper focus, better mood, and it lowers caffeine-related anxiety so you don't get any jitters or shake. It's coffee made to get shit done.
Be sure to use discount code DEFY, DEFY at checkout for 10% off all sales.